it's because of something that happened 400 years ago. So now we have to discriminate against white kids to be able to get an equitable result for the brown and black kids, right?
That's right. And so, these theorists, what they would say is that all disparities can be traced back to discrimination. So it can't be that people just have different talents and abilities. It has to be that if one person is succeeding and one person is not succeeding at the exact same level, then that has to be because of discrimination, like racism or sexism or something of the like, some type of prejudice. And that's why we see the elimination of things like gifted and talented programs in K-12 schools. That's why we see racial discriminatory acceptance policies in universities. It's absolutely wrong. We know as Americans that people have different faculties and talents, and that's what leads to different outcomes in life. And this is an American idea, the idea of diversity, which of course has been redefined by these advocates in a pernicious way. We absolutely need to reject it and should not be fooled by it.
Well, despite the fact that you can point out really good examples, Dr. Ben Carson is one of my favorite examples. I think he's a great guy. We've talked to him a number of times. He has black skin. He's a neurosurgeon and a former cabinet member. I have white skin. I'm not a neurosurgeon. I've never been a presidential cabinet member. And he grew up in some really terrible circumstances. A single mom raising him who didn't have much education herself, and yet he managed to do just fine. In fact, better than fine. He did extraordinarily well because he applied himself at school. Now, what if he'd had teachers saying, well, we really can't expect much from you because you're part of the oppressed class, and all these white kids are the ones who are going to end up as lawyers and doctors and neurosurgeons. I think it would have actually damaged him.
Absolutely. The elimination of things like gifted and talented programs hurt everyone. It's lowering the bar for everyone. We should set high standards for every student and help them achieve to the best of their own unique ability. But assuming that everyone is going to have the same outcome is a Marxist idea.
Follow up, and he said his knee felt great. He was going up and down the stairs without problems. He was sleeping in his own bed again, and his wife was glad to have him back with her. And he started going back to the gym. He's planning on actually going hunting this fall, and he is so excited. He said that the knee that received the stem cells injection is doing great, but the knee that he had the knee replacement was still bothering him. But Mike, what he said as long as he has one good knee, which is the stem cell knee, he can function and live his life and enjoy doing the things that he loves, and which is being active again. So he is thrilled.
Wow, Dr. Nita, that is amazing. I'm sure you've helped out so many patients and helped them get their lives back to be active again.
Yes, Mike. We get so many people that have been suffering and living in pain, and after the stem cell injection, they're back to getting their life, back again and living normally. Mike, we have so many people come to our clinic and they say they finally had a chance to retire, and then it's like their body starts giving out on them. Their knees hurt, hips hurt, shoulder hurt, or they have peripheral neuropathy, and their ability to function and do the simple things in life, everyday life, becomes painful. Many of our patients that come to see us have already been taking pain pills that aren't working, and actually some of these pills make them sick. Many patients have already tried cortisone injections, which aren't helping them anymore. Did you know actually, Mike, that cortisone injections actually degenerate the joint? Cortisone only offers temporary relief, but it doesn't help regenerate or repair any joint.
No, that's terrible, Dr. Saneda. I had no idea that cortisone actually degenerates a joint.
Yes, it does, Mike. Cortisone does degenerate a joint. You're actually harming the joint by giving repeated cortisone injections. Cortisone is actually a powerful anti-inflammatory and pain reliever, yet doesn't fix or repair anything. Many people come to us out of desperation as nothing else has worked. However, after receiving the stem cells and experiencing the regeneration and repair of their degenerated joint, they get a new lease on life. They can finally enjoy the retirement that they've always dreamed of, from traveling to hiking to playing with their grandkids or going dancing, and finally living the life that they've always dreamed of in retirement.
That's just wonderful, Dr. Saneda. It's like we all work so hard over our lives and we look forward to retirement.